That's just a day ruiner right there. That'll ruin your whole day. What is up, YouTube? We are back with another day. We got jumps, sprints. We already did our sprints. We did a lot of our jumps actually already, but we recorded the last set, save that baby for you. Kind of like getting the juices going a little bit before I hop on the camera. Otherwise I feel like kind of brain dead. Maybe that's unauthentic of me, but if I tell you, it's a little authentic. But maybe some days I should just record raw and right before we do anything. I do that most days actually, but maybe on days when I'm feeling like down, I do that just to be more authentic. I don't really know, but I feel jacked up now. I feel good. We're gonna do cleans from the 6-inch blocks that we got. We got squatted jumps. We got depth drops today. We got lateral broad jumps. And then tomorrow we're hopping on a plane. You're gonna hang out in Dallas for the day. Then Thursday we got Tim Riley's. We're gonna go podcast with him, work out with his NFL crew, make some videos, make some content, and then we got a home run derby Thursday night. So should be a pretty sweet Thursday. Then tournament starts Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I fly back Monday. So pretty sweet, sweet trip ahead, sweet trip planned. Finished up the morning crew today. They're gonna run the morning group for themselves the next 2 days. Maddie and Vinny are gonna be in charge there. So crossing fingers, my whole gym doesn't burn down. We'll be good there, but got a sweet new thrifted hat. Sweet new thrifted shirt. This is like $4 for both of these, bro. I love that. That's nice. So, nothing else to be said. Let's go jump. Let's go lift. Let's do it. Boom. Then we got single leg depth drop rebounds here. Depth jumps, I guess, instead of depth drops. As soon as we hit the ground, we're gonna explode back up. Dropping the volume on these to 25. So we'll worked up to 50 with the drops, we'll work up to 50 with the jumps. And from there, we'll see kind of how we're progressing up. That was just a little mini experiment I was talking to you guys about. Jump mat should be fixed here pretty soon, so it'll be sweet to see the numbers pop off there from all this jumping stuff. Hopefully we do something cool. But as soon as we hit the ground, the goal is to rebound back up. Not very good at these on a single leg, and probably need a lot more of single leg plyometrics in my life. So here we go. Again, I won't do an amazing job of demonstrating getting quick off the ground, but the goal is to get as quick off the ground as possible. As soon as you hit, punch the ground, get back up. It's not, we almost died there. It's not really to jump as high as humanly possible there, right? So, punch the ground. Just like that. Probably dropped the bands a little early there. Felt good though. This is the last set, so this is 20. That was jump 21. It's jump 22, all the way 25 here. Going much quicker when it's not 50. Oh, that was shit. That was sticky. It's like stunk in the ground there. But yeah, keep building up the volume here. Add 5 every week, just like we did with the depth sticks. Just little mini experiments. Sometimes in training, you can just experiment with things, man. It's fun. Or even, it's not even like this stuff hasn't been experimented with before. But a lot of coaches will be like, well, that experiment's already been done. I already know the answer. Do you really? Like, reading it in a book is not really knowing or running that experiment. I'm not saying you have to redo everything. But I think there's a deeper level of knowledge when you run something and actually try that experiment than just reading it. And think about some of the stuff, if you're a coach that makes a lot of content, how like a lot of times you can make a piece of content that isn't like a fully developed piece of thought. It's literally just something you're working on, an idea, things like that. And then in 100 years, somebody taking that thought that you're working on, that you're piecing together, that isn't set in stone, or that you think is right now, but maybe in 10 years you should change your thoughts on. I've had posts like that 100%. Think about that and think about some of those authors that you were still stealing from back in the day, right? Some of the scientists, the big books, the Bibles of strength conditioning, all of those books that we swear by and we say by, like, those are just other humans, other coaches just like us, putting their thoughts out there that they are working on. And any mad scientist is constantly working on these thoughts, working on these experiments. They put these thoughts out there, they put these experiments out there. That doesn't mean it's the collective of what they think. Like, again, I have posts out there from 5 years ago that I probably don't agree with. That book of theirs is like 50 years ago now, right? So just kind of the thought process of when you see or read a study, you see or read a book, It does not mean it is a collective know-all, end-it-all. But like, there's so many coaches will be like, well, they said in super training. Okay, 1, have you ran that? 2, did you actually read did you actually read super training? 3, do they actually still believe that? And 4, have you tested all of those things together to see what that idea actually kind of holds together? And many times it's not. It's just like, well, it's in super training. It's like, it is in super training, but it's not what they said in super training because you didn't actually read super training. You did like a little brief notes of it. So many coaches say they read super training. I'm like, if you've actually read super training, bro, one of the podcast guests, I'm trying to blank on who this was, but one of my podcast guests was like, his intern test was he would give super training to his interns, and if they came back and said, man, that book was awesome, that book was amazing, like, so you give it to them before they left for summer, so it must have been a college guy. So before they left for summer, he would hand them the book, the super training book, and be like, read this over the summer. And then when they got back for fall camp, he'd be like, what'd you think of the book? If they came back and said, man, that book is amazing, that book was so awesome, he knew instantly they didn't read the book because the book's not fun to read. It's not an enjoyable read. It makes you want to fucking die a little bit, actually, because it's so boring and so technical. It doesn't mean it's bad, doesn't mean every book has to be super fun, but it's just a funny test. And you hear some of these coaches like, oh, and super training this. It's like, I really doubt you actually read that book because nothing about super training really got you excited. I fell asleep during COVID. That's when I read that book. I fell asleep almost every single night for like almost an entire year reading that book. All right, those are some good rants. Man, maybe the brain's cooking. I thought I was going to be a little dead today. Look at this thrift shirt. That's kind of cool. Yeah, let's go, Henry. What do you think of that? All right, then we got squatted jumps here. Squatted position, just jumping over 2 hurdles here. Nice deep position, just like this. Jumping up and over. Got 2 of them. Oof. Oof. Just like that. A little less pause from the first one. See if we can just take it a little bit more rhythmic. It's kind of goofy. Us demonstrating it a little bit too much. You know, like when coaches do their exercise index and they're like doing the perfect like stick every single time. That's what I felt like there. Man, I'm a little goofy today. Here we go. Oof. There we go. Let's bump this baby up. Let's get cooking. Might have went a little aggressive here. It was kind of high. I'm a bird, baby. I fly. Here we go. That's just a day ruiner right there. That'll ruin your whole day right there. Now we got to clean up our whole mess and have to realize we were naff and did that. All right? But we can jump that. That's a jumpable distance. Easy. That kind of hurt my hand. I smoked it. We're going a little wrap today. And I don't really know why we switched over from EDM to rap, but we just kind of go where Spotify takes us, right? And hopefully we don't get copyrighted for it. All right, here we go. Oof. Oof. Woo! Let's go. Oof. Oh my God, my ass hit both of them. Lock in, dude. Here we go. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. I'm supposed to land in a squat, but we're gonna count that. Let's go. Then the lateral movement problem of the day, horizontal movement problem of the day, however you wanna look at it. We got lateral plate hops here. So I'm just going, sticking every spot on the plate. Just like this, here we go. Oof, gotta stick that last one a little bit better. Here we go. Using that middle one as a launch pad, but have to stick that last spot. Oh, no, it slipped on me, fuck. Here we go. Ooh, there we go. Just like that. What do we move it forward? We'll move this one. No. Yeah, we can keep that one there. Forward, just a little diagonal backwards. Ooh, that was clean, let's go. Ooh, woo. All right, let's go lift some heavy things. Let's go. Feeling good. So we're just gonna do cleans from the 6-inch blocks, like I said, 3 of them, and then hit some heavy stuff at the end. First decent set here. Let's do it. I've been feeling good today. We'll see if that stays. I'll make sure I move my necklaces so I don't break my shit. We're rolling. Brandon Accardi was talking about the scoop. I'm talking about like scooping it into your hips rather than yanking up with your arms, and I think that has helped me. It feels a little bit better. Welty was saying that it looked a little bit cleaner. He was here for a little cameo earlier, but didn't get him on camera. But yeah, I like that scoop feeling. It feels good. So Brandon, you're a goat. He has a I'm just blanking on the ebook name, but it's all about Olympic lifting. His book's a breakdown of all Olympic lifting. And if you guys love Olympic lifting, you should check out that ebook. It's a moneymaker. All right, let's go. Oh! Went a little bit too far back there. Tried to be too cute. Oh, there we go. Finally caught that last one. Nice. Here we go. All right, last set of 3 here. Then we'll hit some singles. Here we go. One more. Woo! Let's go. Do it, some sinkies. Here we go. Oh, I went forward there. Damn. All right, keep going. Oh, there we go. All right. That was a little too pretty. We'll be done. Woo! Good day. Then we got 6 rep max here on these single arm deadlifts. These straddle deadlifts, we're gonna be over here, single arm here, alternating hands every single set. Re-inspired to do these by Atlas's book, just moneymaker of a book. It's super cool. Some old time powerlifting stuff that he talks about, strongman stuff that he talks about in his book. But I think, again, the non-functional lifts, we've talked about the benefit of them, non-big 3 lifts. Talked about the benefits of them, being able to build strength in a bunch of different ranges of motion, a bunch of different movement patterns, and sometimes developing muscles that you didn't know you needed to develop or didn't know you even had for a lot of athletes. And just trying to make sure athletes are strong in all positions, right? So we're solving strength movement problems. Instead of picking up the same thing over and over and again in the same pattern, not saying there's anything wrong with doing those big 3 patterns, but I really believe there's a lot of benefit to showing an athlete how to express and teaching an athlete how to express strength in a multitude of different ways and things like this. And I think a lot of times you can discover where they're weak, or even without discovering any big thing, it'll just build up where they're weak without you even thinking about it. And then you go back to your main lifts and you're like, oh my God, I'm way stronger. So 6 rep max here, ripping these. Really like the glute drive you get out of this one. Glute drive, I don't know if that's really the right term, but man, feels like the hips are actually coming through, man. Squeezing at the top. I really like that feel. Oh, keep ripping those. Let's go. 225 on the bar here. Keep ripping. Ooh. 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 Oh, yeah, those are good, man. Those feel really good. Maybe one more heavier set. See how those feel? Maybe 2 more heavier sets. Been kind of supersetting everything with those saddle deadlifts. So we got sit-ups here. Really like this locked in sit-up cross bench. Heads touching the ground at the back. Working on that kind of extension position. I like doing a lot of extension after exercises that cause a lot of flexion, especially like those cleans where you're catching a little bit rounded, or you're deadlifting, or even like front squat, or even like back squat. A lot of times you'll flex into that. Not ideal, but even if it's slight with that much weight, not gonna feel amazing. So I like that extension piece. Try to find some extension in your training. Me personally, much better at the flexion position than the extension position, right? That extension position, not super great at. Hip flexors super weak, quads just kind of take over and everything. So exercise like this, absolute money for me. So hopefully the hat stays on so we can do the mic, but we're gonna go here, touch the edge of the ground, and we'll come back. I gotta go a little bit deeper. Ooh, then we're pulling back up, nice. Ooh. Oh. Oh, yeah. Those are money. Absolute money. Really like those. All right, we're gonna hit some drop catch Nordics. Kind of show you, not Nordics, we got some shootouts. I'll show you those. Then we'll hit our last set of saddle deadlifts, and then we got some jump rope and hip work, and we're out of here. Let's go. All right, then we got some shootouts here. Just a little progression into a drop catch Nordic. So full drop catch Nordic. It's gonna be fall from here. Stick that bottom position all the way down. Shootouts, we're gonna be a little bit more curled, Nordic curl, shooting out here, just like this. Ooh, almost lost that. Ooh, these are tough. Oh, yeah. With those drop catches with the hammies, I think exposing the hamstrings to that high velocity, stick stops exposure to that high velocity at end range, absolute money for hamstring pulls. If your hamstrings are weak, definitely would not start here because it's something where you could possibly pull a hamstring or just do something silly like that. So build up, hit your eccentrics first, be able to do some concentric Nordics in here, and then build up some of the velocity in there. But I think that's one of the few things in the weight room that can really help with hamstring strains, because I think a lot of times the hamstring pulls when you got super high velocities, and a lot of stuff we do in here is super high force, low velocity. And that's not to say it won't help at all. Again, obviously we do a ton of hamstring stuff. I just think a lot of times one of the missing things, what is missing in your training program? I think that's more important to look at than what is important, because yes, high force through the hamstrings is important. Loading it through a long range of motion is important. Hypertrophy for the hamstrings is important. All these things, but it's already being touched on, right? Like we're already doing all those things. So you're cleaning, you're hinging, you're RDLing, all these stuff. You're doing stuff for that, for the hamstrings. What pieces are you missing? And a lot of times it's the high velocity aspects or deeper range of motion aspects. And that's not even just the hamstring, that's the full body. So when I emphasize stuff in the program or I talk about it here, it's not because one thing is way more important than the other. It's that one is already emphasized in 99% of people's programs, and one is emphasized in like 8% of people's programs. And I think emphasizing that 8% will be much more helpful for athletes that already have that 99%. Doesn't mean cut out the 99%, just means add some of this stuff in, keep rolling from there. All right, let's go, let's do it. All right, probably the last set here, unless I'm built fucking different today, and we just keep ripping. But my mental fatigue is kicking in, and it's time to go hit some softballs and get out of this gym. All right, so, see ya. Oh, I was off balance there. Here we go. I think I'm a little bit farther forward. Ooh, come on. Oh, come on. Woo. God dang, those sit-ups are fucking me up right now. My core is sore. Ah, last one, come on. Oh, yeah, let's go. Woo, money. Dang, sore. Last exercise before we get to our jump ropes. We're just gonna be here, side lying hip circles. So just like our hip circles we do when we're standing, we're going side lying here. This one is a money maker for those glutes. We got 100 each way, just like this. Woo. Yeah, open up those hips. Nice big circles. Try not to rush these. Find every spot. We'll hit 50 forward, and we'll reverse it. Hit 50 the other way. Oh, these are actually spicy as fuck. Woo! Dang, those are hard. All right, we'll hit the other side. Yeah, no forbidden angle today, Henry. We're flipping around right here. It's like this. Woo. All right, we'll finish those up. Then we'll do jump ropes, hit the jump ropes, and then we're outie. Let's go. I didn't record the reverse Nordics, but that was just a hold, just right here. A little extension pattern. We were sinking back into here, a little 2-minute hold there. I was literally just sitting there for 2 minutes, so nothing to record there, but I was hitting that position for 2 minutes. Hips feel nice. Then we'll hit the jump rope. Let's rip it. I hope am I in the camera? Can't really see myself. Hopefully I'm in the camera. I look like I'm in the camera, maybe. I got to go this way. There you go. I was in the camera, but it's not centered. You want me front and center, right, Henry? All right. Maybe we should give Welty some shout-outs. Welty's been beating Henry in the comments, so maybe my new shout-out's Welty. Right, Welty? All right, so we got double unders, just, basic double unders. We got 100 total. Jump rope, again, new tools. It's kind of a cool way to just add in what we're doing, which we need to get in. So this is where your buckets matter, right? So my buckets is just the hop, the ankle prep bucket, right? So we've been doing hops, then we can do obstacle hops, and we've been getting bored with those. So now we add in a jump rope, right? Now you have like 100 different ways to progress the jump rope, but the bucket of getting the hops in stays the same, right? So we're still getting the hops in, we're still getting that ankle prep in that we wanted to get done, but now we just add in a new tool, and this new tool can carry us for however long we want to carry us until we get disinterested in it, and then we can add in another tool to keep it spicy, but we keep our bucket, we keep our stimulus the same. So that's kind of a way I approach it. We just got double unders right here, 100 total of them. Not amazing at these, but we only got a couple left anyways, so we'll just be here, just like this. Oh, that hat is not gonna stay. You guys are gonna go, oh, actually I can go mic here. Or maybe if I go hat backwards, it'll stay. Let's go mic here. The hat falls off then, we'll be good. Yeah, in college, we had a strength coach, Tommy Becker, fucking legend, dude. He was one of the dudes that really inspired me to want to be a strength coach and coach the way that I love coaching, which is just being your authentic self. And he had us do jump ropes, and he would like program like 1,000 double unders, and I shit you not, I never jumped rope as a kid. I had no idea how to fucking jump rope. I'd teach myself how to jump rope and then teach myself how to do double unders, and then we had 1,000 of them. It was absolutely brutal. It was death by fire. So whenever I throw stuff at my athletes and I feel bad that I didn't give them a huge build up into it, I remember Tommy Becker and the 1,000 double unders he made me do. I'm just toughening them up, right? So here we go. That was kind of smooth. All right, we're gonna end on that because I look cool. Didn't mess that up. That was by far my best performance there. And we got 3 minutes left on the camera. Oh, we did a good job there. All right, good day. Good thrifted outfit, good workout. One of the things I wanted to mention here, probably 15 times during the workout, I have an inner little voice, inner little bitch, if you will say, that tells me to skip things, that tells me you don't have to do that. That tells me to go home. That tells me to go eat some food. That tells me to take a break. That tells me to go on my phone. All right? That thing doesn't go away. Doesn't matter how much you accomplish. Doesn't matter how much you do. That thing does not go away. It just fucking nags at you, nags at you, nags at you. You've done enough. You've done blah, 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 blah. Everything, right? It'll keep talking. So I say that because so many people like look at people that have done something. Look at myself per se. And I don't even feel like I've done anything, but like I'm talking like my high school athlete, like, oh, he's just fucking psycho. He's just built different, blah, blah, blah. And I have a different mind than a lot of people. I understand that. But that voice never goes away. It's not like I was born without that voice. It's not like anybody is born without that voice, right? And I listen to that voice a lot. And the more you listen to that voice, the louder that voice goes, right? The louder it talks to you, the louder it knows it has full fucking control over you. And I say that just so you guys know, there's nobody special out there. There's nobody that doesn't have that voice. Every single person, every single one of us has that voice. It's all about listening or not listening to that voice. And again, I'm not even coming on here like Goggins, where Goggins never listens to that voice, whatever. Like, I always listen to that voice. Not always. I listen to that voice too often for my liking, for what I want to do on this earth, right? And then I have high schoolers looking at me being like, well, he doesn't even have that voice, he's just different, that's why he keeps working. That's a bullshit, that's a bullshit lie. Everybody has that voice, everybody has that thing in them that tells them to quit. And all you have to do, you don't have to go full Goggins, you don't have to go full Sin, you just gotta shut it down for a little bit and just keep moving, just keep moving. That's my biggest piece of advice to myself, not to you guys, to myself. When I get like, I feel tired, I feel down, whatever it is, it's just like, just go do something. Go for a walk. That's a big one after my session. Like the biggest time I get that voice in my head is after a session, because I'm very introverted. There's those extroverted sessions, and I love the people that I'm hanging out with. I really do. I'm not saying that because they're here. I'll fucking roast them all day. But I love the people that I hang out with. I enjoy those sessions to a T, but I'm spent after them. Like I need alone time, otherwise I go insane and I feel drained all day. That is when that voice comes in the most often. And so many times I'll sit in front of the red light, pretend like I'm doing something, sit in front of, like I just text my phone, pretend like I'm doing work or anything like that before I get to my lift. And the biggest thing that solves that is just going for a walk, just starting to lift, just doing anything other than sitting down and listening to that voice. So if there's one piece of advice for this, just something I thought about today because it happened to me today, just start something, start moving, start doing something, start walking forward, do anything. And a lot of times that'll quiet that voice and you'll start moving. You're like, oh my God, I'm not actually depressed. I'm not actually tired. I'm not actually whatever it is. I just needed to move and I didn't need to listen to that voice. All right, so I got 1 minute left. Just rush that round a little bit, but kind of something I thought about. But appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the follows. And we'll be back tomorrow. Let's go.